Hi everyone, welcome back to another video for Pajama Crafter Stamps. It's Shiloh here, and today we're going to make two cards. So I just showing you some of the finished cards here, or the two finished cards, some pictures of those. And you can see that they're similar yet different. So that is the goal. We're going to combine some new stamps with some old. So we have the Unstoppable stamp set, which was the original little armor girl. So cute. I just pulled it out of the package there thinking it might have less of a glare, but it didn't. And then this is the new one, Be Courageous. So we're going to use both of those today, paired with the new paper pack, Treasure Voyage. And I also used It's a Celebration Confetti. And then just showing you, I had already stamped and colored my images with Copic markers, just because I knew this video was going to be a little bit longer with showing you two cards. So I wanted to get the coloring done and out of the way so that we could just focus on how we're making these. So I just started by trimming down my paper to 4 by 5 1/4. I wasn't sure how small I wanted it, but I knew it wasn't going to be any bigger than that. So I just started by trimming down my pattern paper. This is going to be one of the background pieces, and we are going to pull out our texture paste and do a little bit of play-in. So I'm just showing you here, I'm just putting a thin layer of that on my background, and I just held the little girl up because I wanted it to stick out around her a little bit, but I didn't want it to go right to the edges of the paper. So I originally was going to just build one card and then go into the second, but I figured while I got my texture paste out, I might as well get the second card done as well. So for the blue guy, we are going to use this brown background, and so same thing, I'm just putting that down onto my sticky mat with my stencil, just one I have in the stash, and we're throwing down some texture paste. I just thought I would add a little bit of dimension, a little bit of interest. I used a brick pattern, but I mean, anything that you have in your stash would work great. Anything that you imagine them standing in front of. And we just had to set that aside to dry, of course. So while it was drying, the other thing I knew I needed to do was put some glossy on their eyes. Anytime there's like really big eyes like this, I like to put the glossy accents on. I feel like it gives that little bit of a realistic kind of look to it. I don't know. It's just one of the things I like to do if the eyes are big enough. And these guys both have big eyes, so I thought it would be a good addition. And of course, those will also have to stand or set aside and dry. I'm just adding a little bit of gold to their buckles as well here. And then they will dry, and through the magic of editing, there they are, all dried and ready to go. And now we can continue on and play. So if you decide to do something like this, it's a great way to do your stenciling, set it aside, come back to the next day, or even later that day, work on a different card or something. That's what I do. And I wanted to add in some color because we have these guys all colored up, and I felt like while I love the Treasure Voyage paper pack and it is fabulous, they're all very neutral, but that doesn't mean that we can't use them for these guys. Like I wanted to do something different and add color with my armor. So that's why they're colored purple and blue instead of just silver or goldy type colors. So I wanted to kind of bring in those colors as well with my backgrounds. So we just went over with ink blending. And now I'm going to show you a couple different splatter techniques, I guess. So this one we're just using our distress ink, and we spritzed it with some water and just tap that over top of our background. Nice and easy. And I kind of went in a diagonal. I don't always want it all over the entire card base, so I'll just do it like on a diagonal or something. So that's what we did on this one. And now I'm taking an old spritz. I think this is a Mr. Huey's even, like old, but it still works great. So hey, why fix it? Same thing, just tapping that wand everywhere. That works really great for getting your splatter on. And this is also an older one. This is a darker one. This is a navy blue, but when I was just tapping it and getting the little dots, it looked really black because it was so dark, right? And I wanted more of the blue to come out. And so you'll see here what I do to fix that. I just spritzed it with a bit of water and it kind of dissolved down. And then I even used my brush there for one spot there that just didn't want to blur out at all. And you can see that blue came through a lot better. So with mixed media stuff, I guess, don't be afraid to just play because I didn't know how that was going to work, but it worked out great. And then I'm going to go in now with a bit of silver on the backgrounds as well. I just wanted to bring some metallic look in. So same thing, we're just using watered down paint and splattering that. I was trying to show you the shine. I don't know how well that shows up on camera, but and we do that with both the backgrounds. And yeah, nice and easy, nice and cheap way to add a lot of interest to your pages, right? So splattering is a great technique. Okay, and so while those are just finishing up drying, the splatter and whatnot, we are going to do our sentiments. So today I'm actually doing inside sentiments on both my cards because I wanted to use multiple sentiments from these sets. So this one is Put on the Full Armor of God, and it continues on. Sorry, I don't have it in front of me to say the whole thing, but but that's what I decided to put on in the inside of the card. So I just have a piece of white cardstock. Dance break, froggy dance break. I just have a piece of white cardstock and we are stamping that in the middle. So it's 4 by 5 1/4. And I like to put that in the inside of all my cards actually. So we stamped those out and now we are going to stamp our sentiment for the outside of the card. And these ones are just on a little scrap piece of paper because I am going to cut them out with fussy cutting. So it didn't really matter where I stamped them as long as they had enough room for me to leave a little bit of an edge. And I'm using my Versa, sorry, I keep saying that, which is really funny because I don't have any Versa Mark inks. This is an archival ink, but I think it works similarly. It gives a nice crisp line, so it works great for sentiments. And here we go, showing you that fussy cutting. We do skip most of this through the power of editing though. And there you go, magic. If only it was really that fast, hey? Okay. So everything should be dry now. We are ready to think about assembling these cards. And so I'm just picking out a couple more papers that I wanted to use from that same paper pack, the Treasure Voyage paper pack. And there is this kind of burgundy colored one and a blue one. So I like lots of layers, so it just made sense to me to add in another layer, another color. I like dimension and interest. And this is one of the ways that I achieve that. So I felt like the burgundy went nice with the purple, and then the blue went with the blue, of course. Because I had already done these kind of in the center, I took a 1/4 inch off each edge instead of like cutting off 1/2 inch on one side. And that kind of kept my bricks more centered. So I did that intentionally just to keep those bricks mostly in the center where I wanted them. Whereas if I'd cut off one side, it would have been a little bit more off kilter, which is also a cool look. Just showing you, we're going to stitch around the edge of both of those. And here we are, done. And you can also see that I have stitched some little hearts on my inside sentiment because I like to do that too. And we've got all of those threads pulled through, and now I am just adding more good stuff to the fronts here. So I'm just picking out some thread. I'm going to make some thread nests behind these guys. Again, more texture, more interest. It also brings in more color. So I know those of you who have seen my videos or cards before, you've seen me do this, but you'll see here how this didn't work, and I wanted to show it and leave it in. So I wrapped this one around my fingers, and then I tried to like pull it apart, make it look nice and loopy, and it just wouldn't work. And it's because of the kind of thread it is. It wanted to stick together and bunch. So I just redid it. It's just thread. It's super cheap. I get it from the secondhand shops often. So I just chucked it out and started over with that one. And I just let it fall loosely and redid it. Because I like it to look quite loopy. And not just like a big mess. In the first try, it was definitely a big mess. So once I'm happy with my little stack of thread, we just put some hot glue on the back of our image and press that nice and flat. This is one of those old school silicone mats, I believe it is. It's heat safe and everything. And so if you press it flat onto that thread, once it's cool, you can peel that whole image up and the thread stays on, but you don't have any weird bumps or anything with the glue. And also, like, you could do this with liquid glue as well, but liquid glue is going to, I'm not sure how it would work on the silicone, but the liquid glue takes so long to dry. So I like this effect. And by attaching it to my image, now I can still play with my image, right? I've got the thread on the back of it because I know I want that. But I'm going to be able to play around with where I'm going to place my image with that thread. So, and we're just repeating that same process, of course, with the little purple girl here. She is got purple and you combined purple and silver, and the blue and silver for the other. So that's how we chose our combos. Again, just bringing in metallic. And now we are ready to start sticking our cards together. So we are going to put some double-sided tape on the backs of everything. And I skipped most of that because you all know how to do that. And we're just going to attach those colored pieces down first to an A2 top folding card base. And then I also put the inside piece in. So those are all ready to rock. And then you can see here, these ones are just cut down a little bit smaller, so you get to see a little bit of that color peeking through, but I did want to keep a lot of that mixed media in there because, you know, we did all that work. Just adjusting some of my threads, making sure that they're how I like them. And now we're just going to attach the brick piece with some foam tape. So you know, me and my layers, so gotta add the layers. And we're just gonna stick those down. And I think I do both cards here. Yeah. So the nice thing is this is the same design, but yet they still look quite different, I think, in the end. Just the colors and, you know, different paper choices. So this is a great way to production line cards, or, you know, use your different stamps. Like the fact that these coordinate together. I didn't necessarily want them both on the same card, which is also an idea. But this way I got to use both my stamps. I got to mix and match them. And I came out with 2 cards. And one might be better for one person more than the other. So it works out really great. And for my blue guy here, I chose to put him a little bit off center. I just felt like he fit, I don't know, I just liked him off center a little bit more, but you will see here in a moment that when I go to put the girl down on the purple one, I choose to put her more centered. I just felt that because she's a bit smaller, she's a lot shorter than this blue guy. So I just felt like she fit better in the middle for some reason. So we're just attaching our sentiment, and I did use the same sentiment for both cards. But this is also an opportunity, I guess, where you could use different sentiments for both cards, inside and out for that matter, and, you know, tackle your stamp sets and get even more mileage out of them, or customize them more for, you know, the specific person that you have in mind to give them to. I didn't have anybody in mind today. I just wanted to make a couple generic cards. And so that's kind of why we did it this way. And because she's a bit smaller, I felt that the sentiment just worked perfectly underneath her. It kind of fills up a little bit more of that space. So just 2 different ways to use the space, even though, you know, so they're not identical cards, but they're very similar cards, right? And now I'm adding a photo corner, kind of an afterthought here. And honestly, I do that a lot. I add my photo corners after the fact, which is weird because I always add photo corners. So you think I would think of it sooner. But I trialed a white photo corner and decided I really didn't like it. You can see I have a silver one there with the blue, and I thought that was better. So peeling the white one off and adding a silver one. I also do this a lot. I don't know how many photo corners I waste. I'm terrible. But anyway, we get it in the end. That's what matters, right? So I'm just taking a peek. What else do we need? I'm trying to figure out. And I decide here that I'm going to add some of these confetti from Pajama Crafter Stamp. And I'm pulling out my wonderful wand. If you guys haven't used these wands yet, they are awesome. They have a great wax tip on one end and a pokey end on the other. So, and I end up putting on the blue side, I chose a bunch of gold, and then on the the purple side, she has silver. So, yeah, we're just gluing those down. I like this glue. It's matte when it dries, so you don't really see it. So if you get too much glue on, it's forgiving. And because I chose to do gold confetti, I decided to switch out that silver and add gold, a gold photo corner instead. So, yeah, so the blue just lent, and with that brown background, just kind of lent to more the gold tones. So even though we have some silver on there, we have silver splatter, we have silver thread, I just felt like I wanted to bring out more of the gold tones. And so, I went in and just changed that out. We're just like rotating photo corners today on this video. But that just goes to show that a photo corner really can like add or take away from your card a little bit. So they are a great little accessory. And those will be listed below. All the products are listed below. Also, while we're here, I'm just going to do some splattering, but I want to remind you to like the video, hit that thumbs up button, hit the notification bell, and don't forget to subscribe so that you get lots of good videos coming up. You don't want to miss out on what the design team is bringing to you or what I'm bringing to you on my channel, depending on where you're watching. So we are splattering a little bit more. We cover up the image and the sentiment because I didn't want to get splatter on them. So on the blue guy, I used some gold paint, thinned down with water. And then here on the girl, we just have a really sparkly, silvery splatter. And here I am showing you our finished cards. So yeah, give this a try, you guys. Pull out a couple of your stamp sets that are different but kind of coordinate. This is a great way to make multiple cards, a great way to mix and match, and you don't have to rethink your design. And here's a photo of the finished cards there again, just so you can get another closer look at our work. I thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you next time. Have a great day.